Hello, my name is Lucy Greco. I am an accessibility evangelist. This means that I work with developers to teach them all about digital accessibility. Digital accessibility includes everything from applications, websites, and even video games. I am totally blind myself. I use all kinds of technologies. I consider myself an early adopter. I try and get the newest, coolest, and latest, greatest toys as soon as they're available to me. Sometimes I'll even beta test to make sure that I can get it before it hits the market. I'm very passionate about making things accessible for people with disabilities. I'm also a gamer. I love to game and I love to interact with other people, both online and in person. In my free time, I love to game. Gaming is a great way for me to socialize with other people, both in person and online. I've played many online games over the years. Some of them were more accessible than others. When they're accessible, it's a truly pleasurable experience. It's really important for me to have gaming as an outlet. I think it's critical for the games that other people play to be accessible. I always feel quite left out when I find out that a lot of my friends are using something that I can't use. And when it comes to something that's all about socialness and having fun, that not being accessible kind of hurts. I'm here to tell you that it's really important to add accessibility features to your video games because people like me want to go out and play those games, just like everyone else. We need an outlet for people to play with us and for us to compete against one another as well. I'm a very competitive person. I love to beat other people. And when a game is not accessible, you've already made it so I can't win that game. As a very young child, I learned how to play all the board games that all my other friends played. I could play chess, I could play checkers, I could play Othello. We would spend weekends and evenings playing things like Monopoly and Scrabble. But as I became older, video games became more prevalent. I now lost the ability to play the games that my peers were also playing. In high school, video games were the thing. They were new and just coming out with great new games all the time. Sometimes I would walk to the arcade with friends of mine, and while they were playing the newest and latest, greatest Pac-Man or Donkey Kong or any of those games, I would stand at the pinball machine, pushing the buttons, hoping that I was getting a good score. That's not fun. Knowing that you look like an idiot pushing buttons, hoping that you're actually getting to the right point and doing the right thing without any positive or negative feedback really makes you feel kind of sad, actually. It's really important to work on game accessibility because games are a way that we connect with one another as human beings. Games are something that one person can either create for another to try and play, or something that a person can play and experience and then talk about with their friends and family. I think it's really important to have accessible games because they really are a very vital part of our society today. If games leave out a portion of the population that are disabled, you're making those people feel left out of what is going on in their world around them. Please make your games accessible, and please, as people with disabilities, play the games that are accessible and reward the studios that make accessible games.